Hey GlamFam, it's me Linwood. I have so many errands to run today and I'm like busy times 17, so I decided to go ahead and do today's video in the core. You're welcome by me making original content. I've been getting questions lately about tender-headed children or tender-headed people in general, not only on the videos but also in person in the salon. And so I wanted to share some brushes with you guys, as well as some different tips, tools, and techniques to be able to kind of alleviate some of the tears, the extra foolery, or just the matting that goes on because you refuse to brush your hair because you're tender-headed. If you're noticing that you are having a lot of issues with that hair being tangled, knotting, things like that, you want to first address a number of different things. And the first thing is, if you're having balls on the ends of the hair where you got like these little knots that are just down in here, if you are having issues with a hair catching and tangling primarily on the mid shaft and ends, there's a good chance that you may need a trim. Split ends will catch and tangle like nobody's business, which means that you're now going to be snatching out your weave, and unfortunately it's not attached to a track, so you're just snatching out your real hair. Okay, keep your edges, keep the middle, keep the sides, keep it all. What you'll want to do in that instance is just make sure that you are trimming that hair regularly or having it trimmed regularly, and keep in mind that the more quality the shears are, the less likely they are to give you split ends, which is why I am so vehemently against using things like craft scissors, kitchen scissors, any other type of scissors. We don't use scissors, we use shears. They are ice tempered or heat tempered for hair, and they're meant to cut hair, which means they're sharp enough to not cause more split ends when you cut. A dull pair of shears will actually make matters worse. My hat is dusty. That's number one. Number two is to make sure that that hair is really well moisturized, and that you're using a quality conditioner with a proper pH. Now, that being said, again, I lecture about this all the time, but leave the VO5 alone, leave the Suave alone. If it's 98 cents, it's 98 cents for a reason, boo. Don't touch it. Don't fool with it. I need you to understand. Everything that is cheap is not always amazing. I'm not saying you got to spend tons on everything, but I am saying that when it comes down to your routine and your hair care routine in general, the best place to invest is in shampoo and conditioner. So instead of spending, infinity billion dollars on bundles, maybe spend 12 to 20 on shampoo and conditioner. The reason why is because if you're using something that's pH balanced for the hair and it's a more quality ingredient, it's not only going to moisturize the hair so it's catching less, those cuticles are also going to be closed down a bit tighter, so you're not having so many issues with it catching and tangling against each other. When cuticles are open, they catch. When they're closed, they don't. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Also, using a leave-in conditioner can be amazing. A lot of people like detanglers, but a leave-in conditioner is going to be a bit better for you because it's going to ensure that not only do you have proper pH balance there, it's going to also ensure that you're moisturizing well, and it's going to ensure that you're detangling the hair. So it's all in one. So it doesn't really matter whether it is liquid or a spray cream. I really wouldn't recommend using a cream leave-in or a lot of like thicker based products if you're tender-headed, because it does tend to catch a little bit more, but a liquid or spray cream should be totally fine in terms of detangling. Make sure that you're detangling that hair while it is wet or damp. It just tends to slide a bit better that way, so that's why. Now let's talk about brushes real quick. So I've got 3 different brushes here, and I want to share each one with you because they're all amazing in their own right for different purposes. So I'm going to start off with the Denman paddle brush. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this brush. Everything is flipped backwards. I'm on the phone today, so just embrace the struggle. I love it because it's sturdy enough to be able to do silk presses, blow dries, things like that, and not melt my bristles, things of that nature. But the bristles of it are nice and responsive. The back is flexible. It doesn't have large ball points on the ends, so the hair doesn't get wrapped and tangled around that. And it's just a great quality brush for that purpose. It's an excellent brush. Now, if you are moderately tender-headed to, like, I'd say a little bit more on the extra side, this one here is going to be pretty good for you. If you're a little bit more extra and you don't need it to be able to be doing blow drying and things like that with, then you can use a wet brush here. This one is their blow dry brush, and the nice thing about it is that these bristles are so flexible. So even though it has slightly larger balls on the ends of the bristles, the hair still doesn't really catch, and it gives extremely easily. This bristle is so responsive that basically if your hair catches in there, the hair is going to be released pretty easily, and that's the nice thing about that brush. It's not going to cause the hair to snag and tangle in there. Now that one would be for like people who are a little bit more tender-headed, especially if you have a finer amount of hair or less amount of hair. The Denman is like if you have a massive amount of hair, or if it's just you need some structure because you're going to be blow drying, things like that. This is a nice do-all brush. This one you're supposed to be able to blow dry with it, but you guys see my bristles? Do you see those? Okay then. This one here, I've blow dried and everything with it. Look at those bristles, still intact, okay? So now you know. The last brush I'm gonna show you is this one here. And I know somebody is probably thinking like, Linwood, you just showed us this brush. This one is by Wet Brush as well. Let me just make sure you see the difference. Here's the one I just showed you. Here's the one I'm recommending now. This one is the IntelliFlex brush. So this one is made for blow drying on low heat. This one here is a different type of brush altogether. I don't really use it for blow drying at all, but the bristles are nice and flexible just like the other one, but it has one thing that it does even better. The whole brush is flexible and responsive. So that means no matter what you are doing to this brush, no matter what angle you are working from, the brush gives and the bristles give. So if you are somebody who is super extra tender-headed, this is the brush for you with the snake, the old school snake design on it. This is the one you need, boo. And they do come in different colors, but you know, I like the fact that I don't ever have to worry about finding it. And my Denman, you guys know how I feel about Denman. No matter how great these brushes are, this brush ain't going nowhere because I need them to cut me a check. Do you guys know how many brushes I sell for free? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I hope that helps you guys to kind of understand what you can do for really tender-headed people, down to tools you can use, techniques you can use, and products you can use. And I'll list some of my favorite shampoos and conditioners down in the description box below, because I know somebody is going to be like, you said good quality shampoo, but what you mean? So you can check down there and you can know. And just for that one person who's like a safety person, yes, my seatbelt is on. No, I'm not driving. Yes, the car is in park, because I mean, really, I need some heat. It's cold. It's wintertime, y'all. And it might be Texas cold, but it's still cold nonetheless. Until next time, take care. God bless. Stay glam. And check out the links in the description box down below for these brushes. You know I love you, boo. Bye.